And welcome back to Automaton Plays Dragon Age, Episode 2. So, last time we finished off the rats, so let's get
This
to
should be
looting.
easy enough.
Yes, fuck yeah. It's always good to grab everything you can.
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
Actually, he was defending your larder from rats. Big ones.
What? Rats? Not the large grey ones?
They'll rip you to shreds, they will!
See, now you've gone and scared the servants. I expect those filthy things are dead.
My faithful hound made sure it's safe.
Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with. Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms. Here then, take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog.
Literally.
Thank you, my lady. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about.
Anything else to pilfer? She's not looking. Okay. Woo! All those sacks.
On it.
Green stone.
Let's get started.
This. Creatures. Let's take a look. Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of the Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognized instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen, and the sight and sound of a wave of warhounds, howling and snarling, has been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. Ah, the good old rat. What? Are you mad? Even the most giant of rats isn't going to present that much of a problem to anyone larger than a cat. Even the stories in the archives that tell of blight-touched rats still only attribute them with the ability to spread the plague. The rats themselves got no larger than perhaps 3 feet in length, covered in sharp, bony spikes and boils. Disturbing, certainly, but dangerous? This is no fantasy conjured by madmen, young man. We have much more important creatures to concern ourselves with. Transcript of a lecture given by Nalia, senior enchanter of Hasburg, 814. Blessed. Note she was later eaten by a blight rat in 846 blessed. Wow. Well, that's funny. Dogs in Ferelden. I am frequently asked during my travels in other lands to explain the dogs omnipresent in Ferelden. Inevitably, I tell my foreign questioners that there are no more dogs in my homeland than in their own. In every civilized corner of Thedas. An astute observer will notice dogs employed in hunting game, keeping barns and storehouses free of vermin, herding livestock, guarding homes, and even used as beasts of burden in the mountains. It's simply that Ferelden show appreciation for the work that our dogs do. Perhaps the reason for that is tangled up in mythology. After the first man to be named Tyrn, the hero who united our Alamari ancestors to drive back the dark spawn of the Second Light, was reputed to be the son of a werewolf. Now, perhaps this was meant to be some comment on his temperament, or simply a way of making a great man even larger than life, but more than half the noble families of Ferelden claim to be descendants of Hafter, and consequently, many of our people believe they have some distant kinship with wolves. It is only good manners to be polite to one's kin. Noble families of Ferelden. The occupation left empty castles in its wake. Whole families were butchered in the initial invasion, and all those who couldn't or wouldn't bend knee to the Emperor's puppet king were declared traitors and hunted. Many bloodlines ended on Chevalier's blades, at dusty crossroads, forest clearings, or in freeholds. And then there were the turncoats. To curry favor with their new masters, some nobles took up arms against their brothers. They betrayed and murdered the rebel queen, an act that created even more vacant titles and lands once King Merrick exacted justice. That Ferelden did not fall apart after the Orlesians left is a testament to the strength of King Merrick. The old family still held grudges against those who had sided with the Emperor. Those new families that had been granted titles were viewed as interlopers. The lands meets that followed Merrick's coronation were tense, to say the least. The Grey Wardens. The First Blight had already raged for 90 years. The world was in chaos. A god had risen, twisted, and corrupted. The remaining gods of Treventer were silent, withdrawn. What writing we have recovered from those times is filled with despair. For everyone believed, from the greatest archons to the lowliest slaves, that the world was coming to an end. At Weishapt Fortress in the desolate Anderfels, a meeting transpired. Soldiers of the Imperium, seasoned veterans who had known nothing their entire lifetimes except hopeless war, came together. When they left Weishapt, they had renounced their oaths to the Imperium. They were soldiers no longer. They were the Grey Wardens. The Wardens began an aggressive campaign against the Blight, striking back against the Darkspawn, reclaiming lands given up for lost. The Blight was far from over, but their victories brought notice, and soon they received aid from every nation in Thedas. They grew in number as well as reputation. Finally, in the year 992 of the Treventer Imperium, upon the Silent Plains they met the Archdemon Damat in battle. A third of all the armies of northern Thedas were lost to the fighting, but Damat fell and the Darkspawn fled underground. Even that was not the end. The Imperium once more revered seven gods. The Imperium once revered seven gods: Damat, Zezekiel, Toth, Enderal, Razakal, Lucian, and Earthamel. Four have risen as archdemons. The Grey Wardens have kept watch through the ages, well aware that peace is fleeting, and that their war continues until the last dragon gods is gone. Characters. Boxbon. The Mambari is clever enough to speak and wise enough not to. Ferelden Proverb. Ross's Warhound has a pedigree older than Highever and a penchant for driving cooks to distraction. Good old Barkspawn. Okay, now that we cleared that out, that's good. Ah, we got more loot. Didn't they?
As you wish.
More greenstone. Oh, hey cat. Eat the kitty. That's down there.
This should be easy enough.
Ah, that's that. A servant.
Right.
No?
Castle is so eerie with everyone preparing to ride south. It will be so empty.
Yeah, I don't have to. More elf root. Got turned around there. Go me.
Good evening, milady.
Okay. Up wall. It's out. Ah.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my lovely daughter. I take it by the presence of that troublesome hound of yours that the situation in the kitchen is handled?
Yes, there were giant rats in the larder. Oh, wait, never mind. Anne's head exploded and my hound ate the kitchen staff.
Well, at least one of us will have had a decent dinner. Perhaps your hound left something I can feed my guests. Darling, you remember Lady Landra, Ban Lawrence's wife?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon.
Of course, it's good to see you again.
You're too kind, dear girl. Didn't I spend half the salon trying to convince you to marry my son?
And made a very poor case for it, I might add.
You remember my son, Dyron. He's not married yet either.
Don't listen to her. It's good to see you again, milady. You're looking as beautiful as ever.
Thanks?
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great pleasure, my lady. You are as pretty as your mother describes.
You would think that it would make it easier to make a match for her, not more difficult.
Perhaps your daughter simply has a mind of her own, your ladyship. You should be proud.
Proud doesn't get me any more grandchildren.
I can handle my own affairs, thank you.
All evidence to the contrary.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your ladyship.
You should say goodbye to Fergus while you have the chance.
Why can't I go with Father and Fergus?
I know it's difficult to stay in the castle and watch others ride off, but we must see to our duties first. You understand that, don't you?
Yes. I can make a difference.
You are here. Trust me, you'll get your chance for excitement soon enough.
I have a bad feeling about this.
As do I. Your father and brother are marching off to fight Maker knows what. All the assurances in the world don't comfort me, but it wouldn't help for us to take up arms and follow. Fergus and your father have their duty, and we have ours.
Should go.
I love you, my darling girl. You know that, don't you?
What brought this on?
You've grown up so fast. And now Bryce is leaving you in charge of the castle. I suppose there's no point in dwelling on it. Go do what you must then. I will see you soon.
Let's see, where's the study? Kitchen, blah blah blah, pantry, library, study. Okay. Oh, no, atrium. I just get turned around here. No, we're going the wrong way, damn it. Come along, work spawn. Third door. Nope. Keep going and then turn. Library, where's the study? Ah. Door. Oh, there's a new book. Pretend to read. Culture of Ferelden. The Fereldans are a puzzle. As a people, they are one bad day away from reverting to barbarism. Fuck. They upheld invasions from Treventer during the height of the Imperium. Nothing but dogs and their own obstinate disposition. They are the coarse, willful, dirty, disorganized people who somehow gave rise to our prophet, ushered in an era of enlightenment, and toppled the greatest empire in history. There are a few things you can assume safely in dealing with these people. First, they value loyalty above all things, beyond wealth, beyond power, beyond reason. Second, although they have nothing in their entire country which you are likely to think at all remarkable, they are extremely proud of their accomplishments. Third, if you insult their dogs, they are likely to declare war. And finally, the surest sign that you have underestimated the Fereldans is that you think you have come to understand them. No.
That is a wonderful dog. He seems very noble and intelligent.
And covered in blood.
Greetings once again, my lady.
You are very pretty, if I might say so.
My lady is very kind. Thank you.
I haven't seen many elven ladies in waiting.
Lady Landra has been very good to me. I am lucky. If I may, I see that you have no ladies in waiting. Is this usual for a noblewoman of your rank?
If I had a maid like yourself, I might consider it.
You are very kind, my lady. I am nobody special. You make me blush.
I think we should get to know each other better.
Aren't we doing just that? What else did you have in mind?
Something more intimate later on in my room.
I see. I think I might like that. If I come to your door once everyone is asleep, would that be agreeable, my lady?
Please call me Rouse.
Until tonight, then.
Wait, is that an actual quest? Let's leave him alone. Now let's go find Fergus. I think we've Come on, Barkspawn. I had to find that
Good evening, milady.
nattering brother of mine.
On it.
He required, goddammit. We know now. Oh, there's them. Oh, probably my room. Damn it.
Is there really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren. And I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little sister to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well.
Just let me know when you two are finished.
When there's a man in your life, you'll understand.
I prefer my freedom, thanks. Men are overrated. Yeah.
One day you'll meet someone who can handle you. Mark my words.
Did you know there's a Grey Warden in the castle?
Really? Was he riding a griffin?
Shh, Oren. Griffins only exist in stories now.
I'd heard that. Did he say why he's come?
He says he's recruiting.
Oh? If I were a Grey Warden, little sister, I'd have my eye on you. Not that Father would ever allow it.
You'll be missed.
If it's any consolation, I'm sure I'll freeze in the southern rain and be completely jealous of you up here, warm and safe.
I am positively thrilled that you will be so miserable, husband.
I bring a message. Father wants you to leave without him.
Then the Owl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many Darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
Good shield would be more useful.
The Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Oren. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, Maker's breath. It's like living with a pair of small boys. Thankfully, I have a daughter.
I'll miss you, mother dear. You'll take care of her, sister, won't you?
Mother can handle herself, always has.
It's true. They should be sending her, not me. She would scold those Darkspawn back into the deep roads.
Well, I'm glad you find this so funny.
Enough, enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Darkspawn. Those who had sought to claim heaven by violence destroyed it. What was golden and pure turned black. Those who had once been mage lords, the brightest of their age, were no longer men, but monsters. Sin was the midwife that ushered the Darkspawn into this world. The Magisters fell from the Golden City, and their fate encompassed all the worlds, for they were not alone. No one knows where the Darkspawn came from, a dark mockery of men. In their darkest places they thrive, growing in numbers as a plague of locusts will. In raids they will often take captives, dragging their victims alive into the deep roads, but most evidence suggests that they are eaten. Like spiders, it seems Darkspawn prefer their food still breathing. Perhaps they are simply spawned by the darkness. Certainly we know that evil has no trouble perpetuating itself. The last blight was in the Age of Towers, striking once again at the heart of Treventer, spreading south into Orlais and east into the Free Marches. The plague spread as far as Ferelden, but the withering and twisting of the land stopped well beyond our borders. Here Darkspawn have never been more than the stuff of legend. The northern lands, however, particularly Treventer and the Anderfells, they say Darkspawn haunt the hinterlands, preying on outlying farmers and isolated village, a constant threat. Let's see, can I talk to any of you?
You should be on your way, pup. Long day ahead tomorrow.
About this Grey Worm.
I was wondering how long this would take. Has he asked to recruit you?
And if he did?
If he did, then I would have to consider it. If a blight is truly upon us in the south, then Grey Wardens will be needed. There is no higher calling. If it comes to that, we can talk about it when I get back. Until then, just show him every courtesy. Duncan is a fine man. And a hero.
Are you sure you'll be alright?
Your brother and I go into battle, not an afternoon tea. Who knows what will happen to us? I will tell you, however, you're my darling daughter. I love you. And I trust you completely to carry on the Kuzlin name if the worst should happen. But don't worry about me, dear girl. You'll have enough to occupy your mind while I'm gone.
Is sending all our forces south a good idea?
When the king demands it. In fact, not sending our forces south would be a distinctly bad idea. Don't worry, pup. You shouldn't see many problems, but I want you to prepare the men left here, in case.
In case of what?
Legends of the Blights tell of horrible things. These Darkspawn once threatened many lands. If we can't hold them, you must prepare for the worst.
This is why I should go with you.
Stubborn as always. I understand. But this is why it's so important that you stay. But let's not speak of ominous things. We shall assume that all will go well, and the Maker will watch over us.
I'll go now.
I know that you'll do me proud. You've grown into a sensible woman. That much is clear.
Getting sent to bed early, are we?
I don't mind. I have someone waiting for me.
What? You saucy minx.
Fergus, really?
It's the elven lass that arrived with Lady Landra, isn't it? Don't you tell me it isn't. At any rate, I'll miss you. Take care of everyone, and be here when I get back.
Okay. Fine. Kill him, Barkspawn.
Your hound is making so much noise. He seems so angry.
Perhaps something's wrong.
I thought I heard yelling when I woke up, but now I hear nothing. I'm gonna see if someone's in the hall.
What the fuck, you bastards? Get the Barkspawn. Let's get dressed. Fuck this. Go weapons. There's an option. Okay, now. House soldiers, fucker.
As you will.
Darling, I heard fighting outside and I feared the worst. Are you hurt?
I'm fine. What's going on?
A scream woke me up. There were men in the hall, so I barred the door. Did you see their shields? Those are Howe's men. Why would they attack us?
He's betrayed father. He attacks while our troops are gone.
You don't think Howe's men were delayed? On purpose? That bastard. I'll cut his lying throat myself. Have you seen your father? He never came to bed.
No, I haven't. I was in my room.
We must find him.
Can you still handle a weapon?
I am no Orlesian wallflower. Give me a sword and I'll use it. Now let's go.
Let's see, what do we got? No sword, but you could have a mace. Then here.
Perhaps we can salvage some things here, darling.
Haha.
Some of your father's belongings are in that trunk.
As you wish.
What are you, one? Okay, she's a sword and board. Okay. Going to call it there for now. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe. And stay tuned for episode 3. Thank you, and good night.